Hello everyone, my name is the Clever Fool. Today we'll be playing Saladin, the first level, and a Arabian Knight, as requested by Phoenix Alaris. Hope I pronounced your name correctly. This is the last of the original Age of Kings campaign, so we have yet to complete, the others being William Wallace, Joan of Arc, Barbarossa, and Genghis Khan. Those are all one-sword campaigns. This is a two-sword campaign. And since we're done with all the one-sword campaigns, I figured now is as good a time as any to knock this one out as well. No particular achievement for this one. Let's go ahead and get started.
Egypt. A month since I entered the Holy Land. I was in a foreign land, and I was dying. I wandered the cold desert for 4 nights before the horse archers found me. I had abandoned my mount to the vultures, and my armor to the heat of day. For a night, I was not much of a threat to them. I thought these men were Turks, come to toy with their prey. But when I could distinguish the riders from the blur of the mirage, I saw that they were Saracens, the rulers of the Middle East. I had ridden to the Holy Land with the Crusaders from France and Normandy, so I was by all rights the Saracens' enemy. Yet they gave me water and a spindly horse, and led me back to their leader. And that was how I met Saladin. The paintings in Europe show Saladin as a demonic barbarian. Yet he's more chivalrous than any knight I'd met before, and prefers the palaces of Damascus to slaughtering Normans in the desert. I had not expected hospitality from Saracens. We Normans execute any armed Arab we capture. But Saladin left me free to explore his camp. Perhaps he wants an objective observer to chronicle the prodigious bloodshed ahead. Saladin's army is heading south to Egypt to reinforce Cairo. Egypt is a tempting prize for the Crusaders. She is fabulously wealthy, yet governed by an ineffectual fool. Before my capture, I was en route to join in the Crusaders' assault on Egypt. It is a bitter irony. Now I shall view the contest from the enemy camp. So it was that I found myself less than 100 miles from the Dead Sea, in the company of my enemies.
Solid voice acting as always. I've always enjoyed the Saladin set of campaigns out of the ones that I've played before. This will actually be one of the last set of campaigns that I've played before on older versions. From henceforth, the rest of the campaigns will mostly be blind, in fact. So we should enjoy it while we can, the nostalgia. Our main objectives here are to defeat the Franks west of Cairo. Our hints tell us that you will not be able to train additional soldiers in this mission. So keep an eye on your army to ensure that you do not lose too many men. Use the line of sight of your light cavalry to avoid unwanted encounters. Your scouts report that Saladin's army in green has gathered in the north near the Nile in order to help the Egyptian Caliph repulse the Crusader siege of Cairo. The Frankish Crusaders have established camps in the west in blue and in the east in cyan. Their armies consist mostly of knights, men-at-arms, pikemen, and crossbowmen. Cairo in red, the Egyptian capital, is located in the center of the map. The city has a small garrison commanded by Mamelukes. Let's go ahead and get started. Control group our camels to 1, our light cav to 2. Have our scorpions fire off. And clean up this force pretty quickly.
And soon Egypt will be as well.
Our men-at-arms can go to 3, and these guys can go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know technically the Mamelukes would probably do better with the camels, but I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have our ranged units all grouped together here. Let's put our light cavalry on the crossbowmen. And our camels on their knights wherever possible. As well as our scorpions on top of the infantry. Keep scouting forward with our light cavalry here. Ooh, a pyramid. That's cool. Belonging to Cairo here. Great way to set the location of this map in Egypt here. Let's move to the top of this hill to prepare for battle. Get our camels involved in the knights here. Move our scorpions in a little bit. And finish off the units.
You leave me no choice. I have allied myself with the Franks. We will conspire to keep you out of time.
Lord Saladin, the Egyptians are cowardly and weak. If they station troops near their main mosque, they will surely surrender.
Very good. Seems like we suffered minimal casualties here. Now I actually played the level up to this point before restarting because I realized I had some programs in the background that were making some background noise every once in a while with notification sounds. Also, for some reason I was getting some major FPS issues. That being said, I have played this particular set of campaigns on both original Age of Conquerors and Age of Empires 2 HD many times. So it shouldn't be much of a surprise that I know what's coming.
Lord Saladin, we have captured the Frankish war vessel.
These guys are sending archers at us.
You will not enter Cairo.
Let's destroy this garrison here. Try not to lose too many of our camels. Lost 3 additional units in that fight, but I think we're okay. Overall, we're looking fairly healthy here. We've only got the 9 camels left. I would prefer to keep those guys alive. We should get chain barding armor from this blacksmith here.
Saladin, we have found Frankish armor in the ruins of this blacksmith.
Lost 2 more units to that one Mameluke. Man, he had a good KD. But now we should just take our sweet time here and bust down the gate and these 2 guard towers. Let's stage the remainder of our units southwards. And we notice that actually our new objective here is to bring the soldiers to the mosque. We actually do not need to exterminate each and every one of the West Franks. Once you take this fight over here on the bridge, your objective will actually completely change. And I remember having a blast with this mission, with just defeating the Cairo's garrison here, and then just laying waste the entire city. It was completely unnecessary, and it really didn't do anything other than slow me down. But it was very fun when I was a kid to have some, I guess guilt-free rating here. Also, this particular level was the one that first gave me an immense appreciation for Canon Galians. To this day, I still think Canon Galians are super, super strong. I hate dealing with them in campaigns. Obviously, in multiplayer games, you don't see them nearly as often because water is not nearly as big of a factor. And on water, you'll usually see more Galians than anything else. But having Canon Galians being able to knock down shore defenses it's a nice component, a nice dimension to have in this game. Walls are doing their job and blocking cannonballs every so often. And now let's take this time to take down the gate here. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to reassign my healthy cavalry to 2 here, and my unhealthy cavalry to a different group. And you'll see why I do this in a second. Let's actually control these guys to 1. Come on now. Running out of conversation topics here. I suppose I could speed the process by sending my melee units after it, but it seems more thematic for our army to wait patiently as we bust down Cairo's gates with the cannons that we captured from the Franks. There goes the gate. Now let's make our way with our healthy cavalry up to the mosque. And what you'll see in the mosque is that there should be a monk nearby. And I want to try to complete this objective without killing the monk. Mostly because then the monk will be able to heal the rest of our army. That's a castle. Doesn't look like they have ballistics though. In fact, they're only in the feudal age, so yeah, they definitely don't have ballistics. I could even take it out if I wanted to.
Saladin, the Franks have betrayed us. They mean to invade Cairo. We were wrong not to trust our fellow Saracens. Please, these troops are yours to command. Just defeat the treacherous Franks.
So just like that, you don't need to fight any more units, you don't need to lose any more men. And you got this, the leader of Cairo, bending to our beck and call here. That's why you want to take a force of cavalry with you. It's also why you want to make sure you don't kill that monk. Because now we got 23 units here in various stages of disrepair, and we are going to repair them back up. Get them nice and healed. Now our third and final objective for this mission will be to destroy the East Franks town center. Should be fairly straightforward with the units that we're given. We're actually given a monk of our own. I don't remember if that ever actually happened in previous levels. We also get a bunch of camel riders, which is pretty nice. And perhaps most importantly, a siege ram. So we'll stage all our troops up to the north here, the ones that are fully healed. And then we'll have a mini healing station in front of this mosque here. Now, most importantly, you'll see that the Franks here have a ton of pikemen. We'll want to send our men-at-arms at those pikemen so that we can fight them effectively. And I doubt we'll be able to get the scorpions really into the mix. But if we are able to, heavy scorpion fire on pikemen is also going to be very, very good. But with such a force of camels at our command, it should be more than reasonable to deal with the Frankish cavalry. I like the addition of some wild camels as well to make the landscape a little bit more flavorful. Not sure why we were given resources in this mission, seeing as we're not going to be using them for anything. But resources are resources, I suppose. Let's take our sweet time and scout the area just a little bit. See what they've got while we wait for our units to get healed up. Truthfully speaking, you probably don't even need to have your units get healed up, but I like to play it safe when I have the time. And just relax a little bit, you know? It's okay. It looks a little bit different than before. There's some new barricade formations here. So now we're nice and staged behind them. And in fact, if we looped around and took this path, we could probably catch the Franks by surprise. Kind of want to garrison some of my man-at-arms into the rams. I believe garrisoning infantry makes the ram stronger, and garrisoning cavalry makes the ram not cavalry, archers makes the ram faster. I do prefer faster rams over stronger rams. Let's actually take this time to see if we can bait the pikemen over to us. We got some monks, but if we bait the pikemen in, like the dummies that they are. Here we go, here we go. Only managed to kite 2. We kite them over here to where our cavalry archers are ready and waiting. Then we should be able to make simple work of them. No, 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 light calves. No, 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 no. Let's let our cavalry archers do the job. And what I wonder is if this will cause their entire force to start moving on us here. Our men-at-arms are actually quite far away, and a good number of them are packed into the siege ram here. Again, we're just scouting. Doesn't really seem like there's too many enemies nearby. Seems like we have the whole base up in arms. Now let's move forward to fight on this hill here. The knights will come first into our camels. Very good. And then we'll run away from the pikemen. Let our man-at-arms deal with the pikemen that are left. There is a monk as well somewhere. And there you go. With fairly minimal losses, it seems like we're able to take down the rest of their force. Scouts are resistant to conversions, and they have increased attack against monks, so they can take them in like a couple of hits or so. And now we just knock out the TC here. With basically no casualties to speak of. Look at that. Probably didn't even need to heal. Probably could have done this much faster. But there's something that's a bit more satisfying when it's done so cleanly, you know what I mean? My Ram is a speedy boy. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with making sure that all my guys had full HP. There we go. That's one town center destroyed.
My lord, the Franks have been defeated.
Poor guys never even knew I hit him. I think the infantry does make them faster. I don't know if it makes it any stronger, but definitely makes it seem faster. And there you have it. The first level completed. Seems that there are still some Western Franks over here in the desert that we spared. But in the end, they were completely irrelevant. As well as the city of Cairo. Even as you can see, aside from this castle, really, they did have some forces here still lying around. I wonder if they would send them after us. Most of Cairo is just, you know, houses. So nostalgic looking through this level and laying waste the entire city with my Saracens. Completely uncharacteristic of Saladin, but characteristic of the clever fool. Cool.
The Franks are dispersed, and the Egyptian army broken. Saladin has taken his place as governor of the Nile. Any European king would seize this opportunity to eliminate his political enemies. Saladin, however, allowed any Egyptian opposed to his rule to leave the city unharmed. Saladin has set out to win over the population. In Cairo, he built mosques and palaces, universities and hospitals. My own countrymen, the sons of Europe, showed naught but treachery, while the Saracens worked to dignify their civilization. This is a troubling time, and I have difficulty sleeping.
Yes, good old flipping the switch of what true civilization is as opposed to what you thought civilization was. Somewhat on the nose, but I still get a kick out of it anyway. In any case, next time we will be playing The Lord of Arabia. Thanks for joining me, guys. My name has been The Clever Fool. I'll see you guys next time.